Hello, coaches. Welcome to iCoach Football. I'm your host, Joel Forsberg, and this channel is dedicated to helping youth football coaches in both tackle and 7-on-7 become more successful. So, in today's topic, we're going to talk about a simple, easy to remember and easy to teach defense that you can run all the way up through 8th grade. There's some things about defense that you need to know. One thing is they can get very complicated, and you don't need to complicate them so much. I've run all types of defenses and all different types of schemes and stunts, pinches, slants, twists. You don't need to do that as much in youth football as you think. And I loved doing it for many years and then realized I started getting away from it more and more and still having great success with my defense in this way. If it's hard for them to remember the different assignments they have to do, they won't play aggressively. So what I've been doing is I've been basically in the last couple of years is letting them not have as many responsibilities so that they can play more reckless. They can play more abandoned and just really being on their toes. So instead of being on their heels, they're on their toes and they're more aggressive because they're not thinking so much about different aspects. And I find that in youth football, that is it's a better strategy. You know, when they get older and they can remember more things, they can still play aggressively and smarter. But in the younger grades, you really just want to know the basics of what they need to know. And there are still some things. There's still some basic things. How to pursue the ball when it goes away from you. How to pursue it when it comes toward you. What your coverages are. What receivers you're covering. But even like concepts like strong right, strong left, free safety, strong safety. We just kind of get away from that and really simplify the defense. And it is really effective. You could take this defense right now, put it in your program, anywhere from any tackle program up through 8th grade, and really shut down offenses. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to teach it. Let's jump right in and take a look at it. And hopefully this makes a lot of sense to you. Let's go. Okay, this is the basis of the defense. The defense is a 3-4 defense. That means there's 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Okay, and the first most important position is the nose guard. Okay, you need at least 2 really big, strong guys that can play this position. They need to be able to push this center back every single play, and they also need to be able to take a double team on and at least hold their ground. They cannot be getting pushed out of this gap. They're a 2-gap, A-gap player. So they're bull rushing this center all the time. Now, there's some leagues that you can't have a defensive player over the center. Even like in our league in the younger grades, you can't have that. They're trying to give the center more time to do what he's got to do. So, but certainly in the upper grades in a lot of leagues, you can. So if you can, then run this defense. If you can't, then you're going to want to probably take a look at my 4-3 defense video. So you need 2 big guys. If you don't have these big guys either, you're also going to want to go run a different defense. You're going to want the 4-3, not the 3-4. So, but if you got this guy, then the rest is all going to come. So this guy, like I said, he's bull rushing the center. Every single on the snap, 2 hands right down the middle, eyes in the backfield. He's ready to go here or here. Okay, and control these 2 gaps. All right, very simple for a big man to remember. The tackles are going to be also big, but they're going to be faster because they are covering ground. So I like to line these guys up almost like a 4-eye or 4 technique, maybe just inside the tackle here. And these guys are B-gap control players. They're controlling the B-gap, but I'm not putting them in the B-gap. I'm putting them just outside, so they are crashing down at a hard angle at this guard's shoulder. They are trying to disrupt this guard. They're not letting this guard get the jump on them. And they're going to, as soon as that ball snapped, they're coming down hard, 2 hands, slamming this guy's outside shoulder and pushing him down and controlling this gap. What we don't want, we don't want him to be too far out where he can get reached by this tackle, and we don't want this guard to come up and get the jump on him and be able to double team him and push him out of this hole. Okay, so these guys are shooting like a cannon right into this guy's shoulder, play after play. And then if the ball goes away from them, they're going to come through, step behind, and come down just about 1 yard or down the line of scrimmage to take the cutback away. If the ball comes toward them, they're jamming, they're waiting, they're watching, their eyes are on the ball, and they're just pursuing the ball. And if they can make if they can make a play somewhere in here, that's all I need these guys to do. Okay. Now it's the same for both sides. Now this is where you could get into some stunts later on, but you don't have to. I had some new guys, kids that never played football before this year, in the 7th grade, and I just wanted to keep it real simple and aggressive. So I just wanted them to be firing into this guy and controlling this whole gap right here. And then also, if this guy's coming to do some stuff here, they got to come in, fire into the shoulder, but also be able to resist back here and just kind of control this area and be able to come through and down or come through and make a tackle here. Okay, very simple. All right, the outside linebackers are your most powerful, fast athletes. They're the long limbed. They're gonna go coast to coast. They are outside contained. They need to be able to play this entire area, and they also have to be athletic enough to run in pass coverage because they are pass coverage guys as well. So if there's a tight end on the outside linebacker's side, he is going to come up in a 2-point sprinter stance, like a stand-up D end, right on the outside shoulder. And as soon as that ball snaps, he is crashing down with both hands on the outside shoulder of this tight end. He's going to crash down on that shoulder. And what he doesn't want this tight end to get the jump on him and kick him out for like an off-tackle run. Okay. What also he doesn't want this tight end to come across his face here and try to hook him in. We do not want that as well. Okay. So he's got to be the aggressor. Okay. He is going to come down in our 4-3 defense. This would be our D end, and he's going to play like a D end. He's going to crash down on the shoulder, eyes into the backfield. If the ball goes away, he's going to come up about 3 yards and trail. Okay. Remember, this guy's crashing in, coming. He's trailing here. Now look, they've totally taken away the cutback or reverse. There's no reverse option here. These guys are there. Okay. If the ball comes towards him, he is going to crash. Don't tell this guy not to get so excited to run up field. Okay. Running up field too fast creates gaps, boom. And then there's the gap. We had a player, he played this position, 2 players last year and this year. He was so fast. He was so excited. He'd run up field like this and then create these huge lanes. Okay. What I want him to do is crash the shoulder and wait and see. Is the ball coming towards him? Wait till the ball comes to you. Just control this guy. Fight with this guy. Push him down. Don't let him reach you. Grab his outside shoulder and control him. Remember, D lineman can grab jersey. Have him grab that shoulder and just extend his arms and control him right here. Okay? Wait till this guy. Now, a lot of times you'll have just one lead blocker. There'll be like a misdirect maybe here, and then this guy's blocking. This guy's getting the ball. Okay, and if you say he's coming out here, he missed the off tackle because he's got it stuffed, so he's going to come out here, and here's this guy's with the ball. At this point, he's going to release this guy and then take on this blocker and just head up. Don't let this guy reach you. Just head up. Because remember, he's outside contained. He always has to be able to scoop to the outside. Okay? But he wants to mirror this player. This is hard, especially because these guys are so aggressive and so strong and fast. It's hard for them just to hang out and go east and west. But in this defense and in my 4-3, I teach these guys, which are basically like a D end at this point, you got to go east and west. You got to mirror this player and slow him down. Okay? You're taking on a block, mirroring the player. Your eyes are in the backfield, mirroring that player, and you're letting everybody else get to the party. Okay? This corner is ultimate outside control, alley player, inside player, and that's how you trap them. But in order to set that up, that outside backer, has to be able to slow him down, mirror him, and slow him down. Okay. Now we go next to the middle backers. The middle backers are stacked right behind the tackles. Okay. Again, some leagues you can't stack, but if you can't stack, then just have them take one step towards the tight end side, the strong side. But otherwise, stack about 3 yards right behind the tackle. His first responsibility is the C gap Okay. Second responsibility is to help out with the A gap in the inside. Okay. So he's at first, second. All right. In the run. All right. If you don't have a tight end on your side, your outside backer, you're going to be off the line a little bit. You're still outside contain. If it comes your way, you're coming up again. Tell this kid don't run up too fast. You're going to take yourself out of the play. He's got to come up here and he's got to be patient. And the other thing is you don't want him running in off the edge, because if they are able to bump outside there's nobody there. He's got to come up and you really find that, wait for him. Tell him to learn to wait, and not try to, because as soon as they commit one way or the other, they start creating lanes. If they're just hanging out and they're hanging out here on the line of scrimmage, now if it's a run away, of course he's going to come in and he's going to trail and he's going to hunt it down. Okay, so he's sitting there, it's run away, he comes up, it's running away, boom, he's not waiting at this point. He's coming 4 yards deep, just like this, and they're taking away the cutback. Okay. All right, corners. Corners' responsibility is two things. One, it's also outside contain on a run. So outside contain. So you should be outside of the outside linebacker, but it's also man. So it's not outside contain is only on the run. It's man on the first receiver to their side. So you can see over here, there is a let's do this. There is a tight end right here. So this is man. This guy, if in a pass, he's going to lock on him man coverage. So what is our pass coverage? Our pass coverage is man cover 2. So it's zone for the safeties. He's got this deep half. He's got this deep half. Everybody else up front, the corners and linebackers, are playing man. Okay, and how does it look? Outside linebackers, they take the second receiver. Okay, so let's say he backs up. It's going to be a pass. This guy comes out here on a wheel route. He takes him. Second receiver. He's got first receiver. Corner's got first receiver. Outside linebackers take second receiver. Let's say they come out in something like this. Okay. Something like this. You might see this. You don't see it a lot in youth football, but let's say you do. For example, here is first receiver is the corner. Second receiver is this outside backer. So he's still up in that sprinter stance. He's going to jam this shoulder. Does he go? He goes with him. Does he go? He goes with him. He's deep help. Okay. He goes here. He goes with him and goes with him. Okay. He's deep help. All right. Let's say this guy exits. It's a pass and he exits. Third receiver is the middle linebacker. Okay. Third receiver help. So let's say it looks something like this. Let's go like this here. You might see something like this. You just might see something like this. I wouldn't recommend it if I wouldn't recommend the spread, from watching my other videos. But let's say they come out here and they're just really thinking they're going to pass on you. Well, you got man here. You got man here. This is the third receiver to the side. So that this guy is going to be man here. All right. And this guy is man here. All right. That's how it works right like that. Okay, so in pass coverage, it's just first, second, and third guy on your line on your side. All right, safeties got to be taught. They are only safeties in the pass game. In the run game, let's go back to what you're normally going to see. You're normally going to see, hopefully, you're playing some good competition, and they're smart, and they got a lot of blockers, and they've got a heavy run game. Okay, and if that's the case, then these safeties, you got to be ready to shoot hard, come up hard in the alley. They're an alley player. They're right here, okay, between the numbers and the hashes, okay? Now, and if there's a run game happening and you see your safeties just kind of dancing around here, you got to tell them you're a safety in the pass game, not in the run game. In the run game, you are a hybrid linebacker. You're coming up hard and fast, and you're making the play. You're usually the guy that's coming unblocked, unaccounted for in any given offense. So you need to come up hard, and you need to be making the tackles up here at the line of scrimmage. And there's drills for that. I'm actually going to make a video on a drill for that later, but you got to get these safeties coming up hard in that, because everybody else is going to be accounted for, right? Boom, 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 but this guy, he's coming. He's not accounted for. All right. And okay, that's pretty much it. All right, so that's the defense. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask a question in the comment section. And otherwise, I hope this has been beneficial to you. I know you'll have success with this, and watch the video maybe a couple times again, and it'll just start to sink in. Feel free to show the video to your team, and let them kind of get their mind around what their position is responsible for. That really helps a lot. And otherwise, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.